everyone, and welcome to Doc and Queenie Facebook Live. Good
Woo!
afternoon, Queenie.
Good afternoon, Doc. We've been having so many fun guest lives lately. I am so honored and happy and thrilled that you are able to say Facebook Live when it's on Mondays at yeah, I didn't
Look that.
go into soprano range.
Yes, it is. I can hit soprano, the low end of soprano. So even though I try.
Yes,
Got to give me an extra star for trying.
you get all the stars in the world, Doc.
So Queenie, how's your Monday going?
Well, actually, fantastic. I've had 2 meetings already, and I have 2 more after this. And Mondays are seriously my favorite day of the week.
I know it is. I know it is. And I'm still trying to wake up. I know it's noon.
Oh my gosh. I was talking to somebody the other day and they were saying something about whatever their high school kid had to do and different homework and things like that. And I really said, oh my gosh, at that age, I was still eating dirt. And it's just like everything is so accelerated now. And it just seems like that we're on speed version of everything that we do. And I hope, and I really do mean this, I don't know how to say this to you, but tomorrow starts November 1. And for the last 2 months of this dynamic year, it's going to be intentional to stop and smell the roses. And I hope everybody gets a chance to do that and actually enjoy these holiday seasons, Thanksgiving, Christmas, whatever else you celebrate. We are just thrilled to be able to be in the last 2 months of this incredible 2022 year.
Yes. And you know, in my family, tomorrow marks a very special day for some of us.
Uh-oh, what is that, Doc?
Tomorrow, our Christmas music starts.
Oh my gosh, I bet your kids are overjoyed.
I have one that's happy and the other 2 are not. So
Okay,
because
all right.
and I'm like, it's the only time of year that I get to listen to it. So, I mean, it's a good 2 months, solid 2 months straight.
That's why I was going to say every Alexa and every Google is going to be totally playing all this stuff. I can
Yep.
just hear your house. Yeah.
Yep, they're going to be moaning. Yeah. So I purposely put this picture up because, we always talk about networking and relationships. And I was looking at all the pictures, like the Chiefs, of course, go Chiefs. That was the Super Bowl year.
Okay.
So we were all decked out. The one behind me, I think we're just goofing around.
That was on, what do you call that? You have an edit on your phone that does those kind of Snapchat looking pictures, right?
Yeah, we're fooling around with that. And then above me, see, my hand is disappearing, but above me is, I think we're supposed to be reindeer there. That was Christmas time, obviously. And then off to the side is the picture we used for our 2-year anniversary for Doc and Queenie.
Oh,
and then there's actually the toilet paper picture, because we had a whole couple of episodes on toilet paper.
Toilet paper was the deal, that's for sure. And I love glitter, so that worked out great.
Yes, I still have glitter in my house. I made the toilet paper glittery, and it's still every once in a while I find some glitter.
I love that. Yeah.
So
that's a perfect one too. You can vacuum until you can't move your machine anymore. And all of a sudden I still find a little tinsel or a little garland or something. And I'm like, how could that be? I have vacuumed this house for 10 months and I still am finding this little tinsel garland stuff. And it's like, oh my.
Oh, it's like we used to get real trees and it would take almost an entire year and then you'd start all over again,
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Crazy.
That is a great collage though. My goodness.
Yeah. It's, we've got to work on a few new ones. We've got some Christmas. We'll see what happens coming up.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. For sure. That is super exciting. And plus, I think you were mentioning the other day that, I know what it was. Sarah Vigo, who was our guest live for last week, asked how long we had known each other. And that is always the funniest question to me, because some people, they assume that we've been friends forever. And every time I say we met on July 25th or 6th in 2019, at one of our networking events, and No Excuses Networking at Fazoli's in Olathe, Kansas. And they were like 1920. 3 years, and that's it. And so Doc and Queenie was born because of the pandemic. We were no longer networking in person during those times, and it just kind of stuck, and now it has grown, and it's just so fun to see new members in our community all the time, new people that say, can I be on Guest Live? And it's so fun, especially when they find out we're kind of harmless.
Yeah, I think we are, right?
Kind of. Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, no, it's been fun. It's been fun to watch our community of faithful friends grow.
Yes. Oh my God.
And then, of course, as everybody knows, we love to edify other business owners and other businesses through Guest Live. And it's always interesting to we'll use Sarah since she was the most recent. I didn't know she was a singer, which was fun, and she loves animals, and she's also my insurance person. So, she's great. She's fantastic.
Yeah. She's a great servant leader. She's one of our co-hosts in the Happy Neighborhood Project for our pet lovers group. And she goes to several more groups than just that one. And she's just a dynamic rock star person, as many of all of our guest lives have been. And it's so fun to see. I never knew that. And they all start mingling and chatting amongst each other. And I love that.
Well, and then just the connections that we have, when we first met, it was amazing. It's still happening. How many different people we know in different circles.
Yeah.
And we never crossed paths until 3 years ago. You would have thought we would have.
Oh my gosh, absolutely. All the conventions that you did. And I was always spinning a wheel somewhere for Miracles with Water. And I just thought, how is that possible? And so, but what we always say for me, the Lord's timing is perfect. Don't question it. He's got a plan. And it's just been a lovely partnership, honestly, to be able, just like you said, to edify other businesses. This has been a serious blast to be able to come up with, let's do a guest live. How do you do that? Let's see if we could this. What about a YouTube channel? How do you do a YouTube channel? And the next thing you know, here we are. And the other meeting I did this morning was about a posting party. And one of the gentlemen was like brand new, fresh to everything. And he was like, I don't know. And I said, I promise. The more you attend these, the better and easier this will get. An expert at anything was once a beginner. And I always say that. What was it like your first day of school? You were crying or wetting your pants or throwing up. And what was it like your first day on the job? Hopefully not all of those things. I know. Yeah.
I ran into school.
Yeah, you probably couldn't wait. And your first day at the job, you didn't even know where the bathroom was or the cafeteria. And now the next thing you know, you run the company.
Right. Well, and like you say, with what you've trained throughout whatever platform you're training on, just push a button. It's not going to break anything. We've all been there. And, you and I look back at the succession of our YouTubes, and you laugh at the beginning because you're like, oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. I look at some of those and go, oh, Catherine, what were you thinking?
Yeah. And now it's second. It's just a part of us. And like you say, Doc and Queenie was born because we saw a need. So we did as we call a punt and pivot, and we've had a blast. We've expanded our network of faithful friends, and that's what that's what networking is all about.
Yeah, I agree 1,000,000%. And it's so cool to see August, September, October. Okay, so 3 years and 3 months actually right now, which is pretty incredible because just like you mentioned, the friends that we have in common, the different things we get to learn from each other. And it's just seriously the coolest thing ever. And so for anyone out there who would like to be on Doc and Queenie Guest Live, I will admit trying to set up 3 schedules is a little intense sometimes. But we can get it done, and probably we can get it done before the end of the year with all 3 of us in our schedules. But I promise we will try to get you on before December 31st, because we're super duper excited to have so many people coming forth now. I think I want to do the guest live thing. And it's like, okay.
Yeah. Well, and actually we have a surprise, 2 people coming on this Friday, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not telling.
I was trying to get 4 schedules in line, and I look back at
yeah. Well,
how did we do that?
We like a challenge.
I know, I do.
So what else is new? I looked up the national days, and today we know it's Halloween. That's as far as we're going to go today.
All right, that's totally fine. My deal is always, I use the Wheel of Names for so many different groups now. And the reason for that is if you haven't been to wheelofnames.com, for anyone listening with us today, it's just a wonderful way to pick a winner of whatever you're doing. Mara Weiner, another of our faithful friends on purpose, is one of the ones that runs the Women of HNP, Happy Neighborhood Project. And she incorporates the wheel because she allows a raffle every single week in our group. And so now you've got something to give away. So Mara, every time someone comments on a post, she adds that name to the wheel, and then she does the wheel to see who wins that raffle item. And so it's just so wonderful to see. Plus you get to see the wheel live. And it's just, I think it's a fun way to incorporate our virtual Zooming with a little more zap than we normally would have. So I am a big fan of that wheel.
I know you are. So are we going to do the wheel now or are we going to wait?
Well, I guess we can totally go now if I can work it. Work it, sister, work it. Let me see.
Ah, there you go.
And there we go. All right. Now remember, it has to stop all the way because you never know with this internet stuff what's up. So, oh, ta-da, that was nice.
Yay. All right. Sounds good.
Nice. Okay. Doc, have you ever heard of YouTube?
Think about it. It sounds a little bit familiar.
Uh-huh. I was actually looking at your channel this morning. This is hysterical that this would come up today. You did Dinner with Doc, I think is how you called it. Okay. Yeah,
Yes.
that was a blast.
Yes. And actually, once I am finished with my greenhouse, that seems to be my theme for the past month.
Yeah. Oh, are you building the greenhouse? You didn't tell us that.
Yeah, did you know that? Yeah. Once I am finished with my greenhouse, I will probably be downloading a whole bunch of YouTubes, etc. Basically on building the greenhouse. And I also have a few dinner with docs, but yes. So
oh, wowza.
that's
Okay.
actually a couple of weeks ago. I have to update it.
Okay.
It doesn't look that disastrous. That's in process. I shouldn't say
Oh, it's
disastrous.
not even, yeah, I was going to say it's not disaster, it's procedure. And this is a big structure.
Yes.
Gosh.
10 foot by 11 foot, 11 inches. Because to 10 by 12 foot, you have to go out and get a permit from the city.
Okay.
So we built it. It wasn't intentional to be an inch short. But thank you, God, that it was an inch short.
Yeah, seriously.
So
that is honestly amazing, though. I just can't wait. Of course, I'm wanting to see what you're going to plant / harvest / all of the rest of that, and what the environment will be like inside a greenhouse, as opposed to all your cool stuff that you show us when you're gardening outside. Wow, that is
yes.
a monster structure. My goodness.
So we call it Diary of a Greenhouse, and that will be on YouTube. And that's the joy of YouTube. You can put anything on there. And we put playlists, like I know you've got your playlist, you've got your Kathy chat on there, you have your HNP, you have Doc and Queenie, you have Doc and Queenie Guest Live. There's these playlists that you can go to a specific genre. I use my YouTube I do a lot of teaching with gardening, of course, and I've started breaking things out into themes. I have a grow it to know it theme, or know it to grow it. I'm trying to remember if I said it backwards. In process. I think it's grow it to know it. We've got the Diary of a Greenhouse coming up, and that'll be a series. Doc and Queenie is on there. Doc and Queenie Guest Live is on there. It's just, YouTube is fantastic we are very, and as we had talked last week, you cannot get away from videos anymore. It's like, from what we heard, back in the day, whenever that was, we weren't around back in the day, pictures were big and it was picture albums. Now it's videos. I don't know what it's going to be after videos, but now if you don't have a video, it's kind of, it's people don't pay attention as much. And you're telling a story with a video, even if it is a guest live or a HNP or a Doc and Queenie, everything is video based. So that's kind of my contribution to YouTube. How about yours, Queenie?
That's what I was actually looking at when you mentioned that is there are so many choices. For those of you who have YouTube channels already set up, there's so many choices. Do you want to make it kid friendly? Do you not? If you make it kid friendly, that means you can't have comments. Like your system won't allow for comments, because as the kid friendly thing, you can't control what people say that would be inappropriate for kids to see. So I made mine kid friendly just for that reason. And so now there's a few nuances. You can still do just about everything. And most of the time when I post any of my videos, I post them on social media also, so the comments would then be able to happen if somebody wanted to do that. But I guess you would say experiment sometimes, Doc, to see, well, just like I know that you said your largest reel originally was your piece of lettuce that you did a reel on Instagram. And that had been, I'm sure you are higher now, but that had been your biggest reel viewing ever. So I wanted to experiment, and I did. Last week, not with reels. That is something I am still going to learn. But on YouTube, I thought, what the heck? So many of our faithful friends on purpose realize that the K room is not my strength. I love numbers and books and business and goals and anything related to business and numbers and money. K room, whatever. So if my water machine wasn't in there, I'd probably never go in there. So I thought, what the heck? I found a way to hard boil eggs, which I love them. And I don't have time to eat during the day. Oh my gosh, what a travesty. But I don't have time to eat during the day. So it's a grab and go, holy moly, before the next call. So I usually try and do a couple laps around the house, literally just to walk, or go to the mailbox or out on the patio, something. But I have 1 second usually to eat, and it's going to be hard boiled egg. And of course, my frustration is I have 1 second, and you start to peel that thing and it's a nightmare and a slush. And then by the time it's done, and plus there's nothing left to eat, and then I'm still starving. So I found a way to do hard-boiled egg peeling effectively that even I can do. And it's foolproof. It's Kathy Weaver proof. That's bigger. And so I put that on a YouTube channel, just a YouTube video, just with my phone, hook it up, hit go, not la-di-da, just my thing. And I've already gotten, and this was just Friday or Saturday, I can't remember when I did it. I've already gotten 24 views, even with my small little network. And then I've gotten a lot more comments because I think I posted it on a Facebook or LinkedIn or Instagram. I don't know, but that's incredible for me for this is nothing about business, nothing. And just that amount of time, 24 views and 24 views and one more subscriber, because I did keep track of that. And I thought, isn't this amazing? From hard-boiled eggs and to all of a sudden have this. Now, obviously, it's not the 1,000 million trillion response that you would get on your stuff, but for me to do K-Room, I was blown away, and I still am. Every time I see this, I look and go, you've got to be kidding. I've got posting party, LinkedIn challenges, networking effectiveness, some chapters in my book. I have 2 or 3 views, and all of a sudden I do hard-boiled eggs and it's 24. I was very shocked at that.
That's, and I'm using an Instagram example, but that's kind of like I did a video with the Diary of a Greenhouse. My son was pulling out the root of a weed. We had 11,900 people view it.
See? Yes.
11,000 people.
I don't
Almost 12,000 people. I don't understand either. But weren't you talking, I kind of remember you were talking about this a while ago. There was a lady that you met that did a how to fold a fitted sheet. And didn't she get a views on YouTube?
Yes. Teresa got 8,000 subscribers and how many views from doing how to fold a fitted sheet. She is fantastic. She is a coach. She's had businesses before. She's a rock star. And I just look at that and go, what? Yeah. Let me see if I can actually find her, because I can probably tell you. Yeah, right this second, she has 8,420 subscribers. Yeah, and she's local to Kansas City. She's great. She and her husband Greg, they're just fantastic people. And, but that's exactly why she did it, is how to fold a fitted sheet. And plus you think I would watch it so I'd know how to fold a fitted sheet, but in any
Yeah,
case,
you need both.
right. And me, it's just a roll it and ram it kind of thing, but
Yep,
she actually
same
did
here.
perfectly and fitted it and did the whole thing. So it's a little perfect deal. And I looked, and that's, I asked her, I said, specifically, can you please tell me how you got here? She said, absolutely. So I'm getting ready to take notes and write this whole thing down. And she said, honey, all I did, how to fold a fitted sheet on YouTube. And I was,
Wow.
but then what do you do? And she goes, I promise.
Yeah, it's incredible, but it's all of these are examples of people like videos. They like to watch stuff happen. You know, even if it's hard boiling an egg, folding a fitted sheet, or pulling a wheat, pulling the root out of the ground.
It's
And that
amazing.
also,
This is causing my brain to think. So I'm getting a little bit nervous about what I'm going to do next, Doc.
well, I laugh with the fitted sheet. I used to work at a place where there were some massage therapists in the building, and I would help once in a while, and I would get to the fitted sheet and I would just roll it. And my boss kept going, let me show you. And she'd show me probably 2 or 3 times. Still couldn't. And she would fold it into a perfect square. And it would be like about this. And I'm like, I can't. I would get it messed up. Yeah.
It's just like anybody trying to teach me how to cook. I can't even tell you the difference. When you've got, let's say, 5 girls in the room, okay? And I'm even thinking of my yayas when we travel together. And I'm 5 of them, okay? I literally volunteer to do trash, laundry, dishes. I promise. I am totally happy doing trash, laundry, dishes. Everybody gets their clothes folded on the end of their bed. The dishwasher is loaded and unloaded by moi. And the laundry, the trash, it never gets even close to overflowing. And I don't mind that because I know that cooking is not my gift. The rest of those 3, and sometimes 4, depending upon who's doing what, this one's chopping, this one's doing, this one's something, this, and bam, 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 all of a sudden comes together this gorgeous, incredibly tasty meal. And again, that is not my gift. I can follow a recipe probably, but it's that whole creation thing. And let's try this and add a sprinkle of something. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And it's just not in my DNA, but I will do the structure piece. Absolutely all day. Let us help you with the dishes. That's not the rule. Let us help you with the laundry. That's not the rule. I'm happy to do the rest.
You're also a rule follower when it's set.
Yeah, see? Yeah, let's follow the rules. But it's kind of the rule recipe thing. Like I say, I can follow the recipe. If there's too many steps, I'm already out. If it's more than 3 or 4 ingredients and 5 or 6 steps, no. And then of course you have to, I watched a TikTok the other day, and you have to put bread dough in a muffin tin and put a saran wrap thing over it and let it rise. Once again, too much time, too many steps. And this was not even homemade dough, which I know would make you nuts. But I'm sitting here going, you take this frozen stuff out, put it in the thing, sit it for 5 or 6 hours, wait till it this, and then bake it. And then you're going to be eating gluten, fat, butter, honey. Oh my gosh. I just don't understand the time wasted for me on some of this stuff. It's just not my thing.
Well, you need to watch Dinner at Doc's occasionally.
Yeah. No, I think what I need to do is find your address and just hunker down when I see you doing one of these and just show up at your doorstep and see if your kids will let me in.
They probably would.
Yeah. You never know. Yeah. As soon as you're doing one of those Dinner at Doc things, because your meals do look amazing, and you are very sous chef-esque, aren't you?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Actually, the cook in the house is my husband, but occasionally I will go outside of my little boundaries and fix something a little bit more special.
Okay.
We're foodies in our house anyway, so we like to try different things. So, but he's more that way. I actually used to own a baking business, so I need a recipe. Bakers need a recipe usually, unless you make it thousands of times, like a cake. But other than that, but no, he can look in the cabinet and put something together.
Oh,
and it takes
wow.
ridiculous. Me, I'm like, where's the recipe? Yeah. And I don't think outside a certain box. Like I'm always with the Italian seasonings with dinner. It's very rare I go elsewhere unless I'm feeling brave, and then I'll try it. It has to be a recipe though. So.
Wow, that's interesting because I would have thought that you would be a slop around like these girls are because they come up with just boom and it looks like chef somebody did it and it really is phenomenal. But I do think it has to be your gift, just like when you do the dinner at Doc's on your YouTube channel. It's back to that same drill. People like to see what people are doing. And just like we talked about recently, a picture's worth 1,000 words. How much is a video worth? And apparently from my eggs and Teresa's fitted sheet and you with your son digging a weed, it's all the kind of things that people want to see what's going on. And to make it so easy on YouTube is just amazing to me.
It's easy on YouTube. And when we get back to Instagram, it's even easier. So we're going to have to get you on some reels there, Queenie.
Absolutely. And that's the next thing I really am going to be learning. I have been helping other teams with YouTube channels, how to set them up, why to set them up, what to put on there. The playlist that you were mentioning, the about section, the welcome video, the featured video, all of those things are editable. And the thing that I love so much is you can customize your channel so that you can add another channel to yours as a favorite. And so obviously, Doc, I've got you on my list of, it says channels at the top. And when you click on channels, those are the channels that I have added, specifically I have added to my channel so people can take a look at that and go, oh, and they can subscribe right from my own YouTube channel. So if they find me, that's awesome. But now they can find you and Teresa and several of our other, Delinda's on there, several of our other faithful friends on purpose. To be customized on your channel. I think it's a cool platform and everybody goes, I don't do YouTube. And I'm like, well, there's a lot of things I don't do, but none of which I will not learn eventually.
Well, and like we teach, it's a tool to expand your reach. I mean, that's what it is, regardless of, I know some people are like, oh, I don't like the, this or that. It's a tool. There's people on all of these social networks or platforms. That's the way I look at it. And business is all about reaching out and connecting with others. So YouTube is a good way to, entertain people too.
Yeah. Oh, yes. I love to be entertaining. But for me to be in the K room, it probably won't happen again, but you never know.
Well, once a year, right? We
Okay,
did
once a year.
Doc and Queenie did a K room. It wasn't last year, it was the year before, I do believe. I think it was our first summer as Doc and Queenie.
Oh, there you go. I do remember we made Pico de Gallo, as a matter of fact.
Yes.
Is that a video or a collage? Was it?
That was a video.
Wow. Okay.
I do believe.
Go back and
Yes.
make sure I put that on my channel. I'm sure I did. Because I remember that. Yeah. It wasn't, oh, I know. You had all this homemade homegrown fabulous vegetables and all these things, and you're chopping them away and I'm just slopping them in the bowl, and they were gone. The whole thing, Pico de Gallo, was gone.
Like in 5 minutes. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And I looked at that and I went, see, you go to that much trouble. How long did it take you to grow all of that stuff? And we snarfed it and it was delicious. I mean, like,
It was good.
even, didn't you put garlic powder in that even or something? Because it just had,
We had garlic powder, we had minced garlic, we had onions and tomatoes and cilantro, all from the garden. Everything was
oh
from the
my
garden.
gosh, yes.
Except for the lime juice, but
Yeah.
if I could figure
You
out
don't
how
have
to-
lime trees in your garden, Doc?
Not yet. I'm gonna try.
Not yet. Oh my God,
Uh,
of course.
Yeah, but yeah, no, it was gone in 5 minutes. It was good from what I remember.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely. And that's when I just thought, oh my gosh. And so of course, with me, it's always return on your investment of a marketing tool, or how much love did you get out of that meal? And again, it's terrific, but I can't, for me.
It's healthy snacking.
Yeah, right, yeah. It is the time topic that kind of weighs it for me.
Right, exactly.
Mhm.
So
I can't wait to see. Do you have your Diary of a Greenhouse playlist yet?
no, I've got it set up. In the next, I'm hoping to finish, and I'm going to throw it out there, which will hold me to this, of course, because I'm kind of my own rule follower. I'm hoping to give a tour of the greenhouse next week. Everything has been painted on the inside.
Okay, hang on a second. You're going to give us a live tour on Doc and Queenie?
Yes.
Okay, now, wow, that's awesome.
So, but yeah, like today I'm scraping the windows because all the paint I slopped all over the windows,
Okay.
and then I've got to do a few little extra touches outside and do a little bit of landscaping around it, for now, and build one more flower box, and then we're ready to go. So
Oh, no, I really can't wait about that. I didn't know we got to see it so quickly. That's cool.
we're it's today will mark, well, 3 months and 2 days. It'll mark today which is actually quite a bit. It's a big deal because usually it takes people 4 to 6 months to build this type of greenhouse. This is not for the faint of heart. I've done a majority of it, but we've had help. Thank you, God. We had 4 people that helped put up the walls. My husband worked on the door. That's his thing. And I had a gentleman that helped me do the roof because we realized real quickly there was no way I could have done the roof. There's no way because it's 12 feet tall. So
Well, isn't that the coolest thing ever? You have told us so many times, even when you're doing the Rev Doc 7 preaching and different things that you do in some of our other groups, just give it to God. And the way God provides is phenomenal. And just say, okay, I can't this without your help. Can you possibly provide the person? And the church friends of yours that came forth are like, are you kidding me? And if it had not been at that church, you wouldn't have met these amazing folks to help you. And now you are inches away from, I did not know we were going to get a doc live next week. That is the coolest thing ever.
Cool. Yeah. I mean, he and I worked on the roof. We figured about 500 hours.
Oh my gosh.
So we had some problems, and so we had to tear it down and redo it and put it back up. Yeah. So it's this has been awesome. I'm super excited. Actually, today I'm putting heat in. I've got my heater coming. I've got my thermostats and hygrometers coming. So hopefully I'll be able to grow some stuff. It's going to be a learning curve again, back to the learning curve. So we'll see.
It just looks amazing. Oh my God. Well, yay. I've got a new reason to be on Doc and Queenie Facebook Live next Monday at
I knew.
Yeah. Oh, you did it, Doc.
So, well, Queenie, guess what? We're out of time again.
There you go.
It always flies. So hopefully this was helpful. I'm sure it was with the YouTube. Just think outside the box, everybody, and push a button. You can reach both of us on social media platforms, KathyWeaverKC.com and KitchenGardenExpert.com. And we're all over the place. And we would love to have you subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't, or join HNP, Happy Neighborhood Project, which is a phenomenal free networking group. And it's not just 5 people, it's worldwide. It will definitely expand your reach. It gives you at the very least, the way I look at it, it gives you great practice on, describing what you do in 1 minute or 2 minutes, and you're forming relationships. I mean, it's just cool, the people we've met all over, for you more so than me, since I've been working on this. People all over the world, which is really cool. So anyways, reach out to Doc and Queenie. We'd love to have you subscribe if you're catching this on a replay to our channel, which is Doc and Queenie Facebook Live. We'd love to have you as a faithful friend on purpose, and join us every Monday at high noon, and we will catch you later. Have a fantastic week. Thank you, Queenie, and thank you everyone for joining us live or on the replay.
Thank you, Doc. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.